Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to apologize. You were probably expecting the Frame Whisperer to be here. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it because, and this is a little bit difficult to talk about, but he recently turned 30 years old, which means that he's basically a little bit too old and disgusting to be of any interest to anybody anymore. Don't worry though, I'm going to be taking over from here on out. I'm his daughter, you can call me Whisperina, and I'm so excited to be making videos for you guys. As for my exact age, I think we're going to leave that vague for now so that we don't risk alienating anybody, but let's just say that you might be able to legally fuck me depending on which state you live in. Hopefully, you shouldn't notice that many differences with the videos going forward because my father taught me everything he knows, including how to perfectly do his voice, by the way. You could honestly say that I am exactly him in every significant way, except for the fact that I should hopefully still be able to sexually excite you with my tits and ass. As for the video that Dad wanted me to make for you guys today, we recently had some big news for what will be happening to the ranking system in Tekken 7 Season 4, and this is honestly one of the most important parts about the update because online is the game mode that everybody's playing all the time and where most people find all of their frustrations with the game. We only really had two big pieces of news when it comes to ranked. The first one was that there will be a new rank called Tekken God Omega. It's the new top rank that will exist after Tekken God Prime. And the other thing was a losing streak mechanic, which will deduct a large amount of points if you lose 3 or more games when you're playing online. That's really all we heard. And when I first saw that video, when my dad first saw that video, he interpreted that losing streak mechanic as only applying to the new max rank Omega, but then looking around the internet, it seems like most people thought that it actually applies at all ranks. So we sort of assumed that was the case. But then Murray tweeted this recently, and it's basically clarifying the fact that the losing streak mechanic will only apply at, well, as it's written right here, top rank. But if you read the comments on this tweet, it's pretty clear that people are confused about exactly what that means. It's written singular, so when you say top rank, to me that sounds like it's only going to apply to the top rank, which in Season 4 is Tekken God Omega, but if he meant it to be plural, is it the last couple of ranks before Omega? It's honestly a little bit confusing, especially when you consider this image that they showed during the presentation, because if you look at it, this is Lei. He's obviously looking a bit dejected, like he just lost, his third game in a row, and he's losing a massive amount of points here. You can see he's losing 2,500 points, which is more than you can currently lose for a loss in the game, so it's obviously related to this losing streak mechanic. But it's also true, if you look at that bar, that Lei is not currently Tekken God Omega when he hits this losing streak. He's still Tekken God Prime. So it's not only applying to the top rank, and this got me thinking about what it might mean, right? If the top rank is the only rank that can get losing streaks, if Omega is the only rank where it matters, I think what will happen most of the time is people will just get to Omega and feel very satisfied that they've gotten this new top rank and then kind of leave their characters there. Or maybe we will have a cool meta where top level players have these death matches where they keep playing until they manage to get 3 wins on the opponent and sort of demote them and steal their Omega. That can be a pretty cool dynamic, something that might excite top level players about online a little bit more. But like I said, with this Lei image, it doesn't seem to be the case. What seems to make the most sense to me right now is that the losing streak mechanic actually applies not to the very top rank, but to the current top rank, so Tekken God Prime, because that means that the new top rank Omega is more difficult to attain, because not only do you have to get to Tekken God Prime and then win the insane amount of points that the new promotion will require, you also cannot really lose 3 games in a row at any time, because you will just lose so many points that it will basically reset you. That makes a lot of sense to me. However, if that is the case, then I'm not really very excited about this mechanic. It's not going to be enough to excite people who currently have top rank. And the reason I say that is I know many Tekken players who have got into Tekken God Prime, and then without much issue, they've maxed out their ranking point bar at Prime. So they've gotten to the very top, and then they've won additional games up there, implying, you know, that if there was another top rank above Prime, they would have gotten it. I've done it several times already. I think I'm going to include some footage of me doing it the other day here in the back. And so if this is the case, I didn't lose more than one match between hitting Prime and maxing out my bar. I didn't have any losing streak, so to speak. So if this is the case, I kind of feel like the Omega thing is something that most of the people who have reached the top rank and been there for a while have already achieved. So the only thing that is really happening is that they are being reset to a lower rank, and now they have to do it again with an extra rank on top. It's not that much of a change, and I don't think it's going to get the top level people excited. However, I do think it's kind of cool for the vast majority of the player base. I saw a lot of comments on my own videos and on Reddit where people were kind of scared and worried because they already find Tekken such a difficult game, such a frustrating experience when they go online, and now this losing streak thing is going to come in and punish me even harder and make me feel even worse about losing when I play the game. And it appears to be the case that you can breathe a sigh of relief there, because it's not going to apply to you unless you have the top rank or the very few top ranks before the very end, and I think that's probably a good thing. However, if you look at the ranking system as it is right now on a whole, then there aren't really that many significant changes coming to the way it works. The only really big thing seems to be that we're hopefully going to have a completely new balanced landscape, and that's very good. It's going to make it feel fresh. We are going to see more characters, rarer characters. People who play low tier characters are going to have more fun, hopefully playing in the new season, so that is great. But rank inflation and these other issues that we've been having for a while haven't really been addressed, if that's the system we end up with. I think that we haven't heard the whole story. We don't know exactly what will be happening with rank. I think there is more that hasn't been explained yet, because if you look at some of these slides and some of these tweets and presentations, they keep talking about a new ranking system, and I don't think a new top rank and a new losing streak mechanic that only applies to the very top rank qualifies as a new ranking system. It's just a change that is going to impact a very, very tiny portion of the player base, the people at the very top, and I don't think that's who you want to cater to. I think you want to make the game more fun and conducive to learning and enjoyment for everybody, and then, you know, that's gonna sustain the game for longer, and more people will stick with the game for long enough to finally get to the end and become one of these more experienced veteran players, and I think that's really the environment that we're shooting for here. So just a couple of thoughts I had on these ranking system news. Let me know if you have more information than me, whether or not I'm confused about something, but I think we haven't heard the whole story yet, and I'm really looking forward to some more clarifying tweets from the developers so that we can know exactly what will be happening, because at the moment I'm a little bit worried about whether or not this is significant enough. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys again very soon.